All right, head coach Louis Orr. Coach, do you want to make a statement?
To God be the glory. I give him praise and honor and glory for his many blessings. And I thank him for the day. I really don't have any comment, open to comment. I answer any questions you have about the team or the season.
How about, and this is an observation maybe, a fatigue
Okay.
factor. You're playing a short bench, and you
Uh-huh.
have guys who haven't played this many minutes ever in their career, except for probably Joe and maybe Eric when he was a freshman. Is there a fatigue factor in your team, do you think? Especially when like Akron's running 10 guys at you?
No, you know what, Jack? As the season progresses, we cut our practice down. You know, we don't go any longer than hour 15, hour 20 minutes. We do things where we can preserve our guys. I don't think that's an issue. Nah, because some of the things I've talked about with this team, I talked about 12 games ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in terms of certain issues, nah, I don't think that's the case. But you're right. Some guys are playing more minutes than they ever have. Scott Thomas is one of them, and D. Brown and Otis. But actually, I think offensively, Otis is getting stronger. I mean, I like the way he's playing offensively now, probably better than he played early in the year. But no, I don't think that's been a problem.
When you say you cut practice, are you doing more film work with them then, more time with that? Is that what you're doing?
Well, it's normal to cut practice down as the season progresses. I think you got to physically, be ready to play the games. And also, there's certain things, because you've been doing them all year long, you got to work on your core things, but, you can't have 2 and 3 hour practices and then turn around and play, every day and then turn around and expect your guys, especially when you're playing big minutes. So, we try to, that's normal, to kind of trend down the length of your practices. But I don't think that's an issue.
What has changed? I'm old enough, and Jack's old enough to remember when college basketball teams had 5 starters, maybe a 6th man, and they play a lot more than they play today. What's changed in the last, I guess it's 25, 30 years?
I think it's all relative to the team. I'm gonna use Syracuse as an example because I played there and coached there, and I watched them the other day on TV, and they were playing Villanova, and Syracuse, coaches known to play probably 7 guys, and some guys, 38, 40 minutes, and one of the commentators made a comment saying that Syracuse looked fresher than Villanova. And Villanova probably played 9 or 10 guys. So I don't know. I can't tell you. I think in our league, the teams that have the depth, like when I look at Akron, when they go to their bench, they get better a lot of times. They get better. You bring a Chris McKnight off the bench. The one young man, the one guard had 3 threes in the first half against us off the bench. Sometime this game, I think Centenovich came off the bench. And then you got Dale Roberts coming off the bench at times. I mean, he plays 9 guys 11 minutes or more. But a lot of times they go to their bench and they get better. I think it's all based on the quality of your bench, the quality of your depth. For us, we go to our bench, we bring our freshmen. You know, really, other than Mark Larson, and I think that's pretty much Jordan, James, Luke, Danny. I mean, we bring freshmen. So that's a different depth, you know. So it seems, I mean, maybe since, you know, I've been here doing the conference play, probably I have shortened the bench at times, and I think it's more based on just what your bench can give you. And right now, guys are freshmen, and they still learning. It's tough to get on the job training, so you have to spot them. And I've always been conscious of how many freshmen we have on the floor at one time. But to answer your question, I think it's a very physical game. I think when I was in school, for the whole season, I think the most games we played were 30, and that's counting NCAA tournament games. I think the best record we ever had was 26-4, and that's going to the final 16. But back then, there wasn't as many NCAA games, but we played 30 games. Now, you play, if you count, you can play up to 30, 31 regular season. You can play 3 to 4 conference tournament, plus postseason, you playing 35, 36. If you go to the Final Four championship game, you playing over 40 games. So the number of games and, there's some weeks, I think, where we played 4 games in like 8 days. So it's, I think with television, the amount of games, the depth is, good depth can be a plus. I think teams like Syracuse, like I said, Coach does a great job of what he has, but they're the exception. To play 7 guys, maybe 8, the majority of minutes, But I think it's based on your team and your bench, the quality of your bench, and also your coaching staff.